Hey guys, we're back with the letter. When we last left off, I decided that we deserved a retry. So I went back and skipped through everything and saved Jet Zachary. And there was no new text because his happens like it's still past where we are in the Ashton timeline, just barely. But in return, equivalent exchange, we killed Marianne. So it all works out really. Eye for an eye. Well, I mean, a good eye for a bad eye. Like Zachary's cool, Marianne not so cool. Isabella already died because of it. She's talking about like the ghost he's talking about. Here I am, walking up to Becca's door, one slow step at a time. Stalling tactic to allow myself some time to put the mess in my head up in better order. Did we have Luke's Max? No, we have Marianne. Right, okay. Okay. In journal? Oh, hold on. Oh no, do I have to go through all of them? Please don't. Oh! How are you guys doing? Oh, not all of them are new though. Because, this isn't a chronological order. This is... Isabella's dead? Yeah, I remember that. Book attack. Here we go what the babies are about. Oh! There's Marianne dying. Do you think the ghost just left her body there and, the butler's like, oh, there's a dead woman in my wine cellar. Whoops. The butler's got to be in on it, right? Because, I mean, wouldn't they have, well, I mean, I guess they might not have made the news. We could have just not known, but I imagine, he was like, okay, 10 minutes in the wine cellar. And he's like, ah, ha, ha. Little did she know there's a secret entrance to the ghost lair in the wine cellar. Ah, ha, ha. And, the whole Zachary thing. I mean, I guess that's... I mean, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't suspect that. But at the same time, I think we're going to get that. How to phrase this? Well, there's a 90% chance she's still mad about the whole different matter. So only used the night to check on her last night. I'll only alarm her by showing up in her home in the middle of the night, acting like a babbling lunatic. And her anger can last quite a while. These past years, it seems the only one she'd been able to easily forgive was Isabella. And I wish you were here to help me talk to her. I ran my hand through my hand, straightened out my jacket before knocking. I bet, in an alternate timeline where Isabella's alive, they're both talking to Rebecca. Probably. Did they talk in Rebecca's route during this time? Once, twice, and 3 times, just to be sure Rebecca heard me, even if she's asleep. She's usually awake right now, though. Okay, we're about to get the phone call.
Hey, Becca, it's Ash. Open up. Don't tell me you're still in bed.
Seconds tick by. No answer from her. Dread is starting to creep up. I've been trained to handle dire situations, but the feeling has been doing that quite frequently since last night. My mind begins to anticipate the worst. In the next minute, concern is baked in with my thoughts, and I bang my fist on the door, louder this time. She'll definitely be livid. No other face or wrath than a dead
Becca,
body.
it's Ash. There's something we need to talk about right away. Open up. I know
Your girlfriend left early this morning, pretty boy.
Pretty boy!
So if you could do us a bloody favor and shut up, that'd be real fucking polite.
You need to calm down, sir. It's just like 6 a.m. My hand pauses short of landing another heavy knock. In the other unit, Rebecca's other neighbor peeks in through his door. I see nothing but a bundle of blankets. I'll say that they need help from being devoured by their sheets, but it sounds like he's just fine. He's a big meanie head too. Course of action, so people like him won't ruin your day? I like the nicest person on the planet. It's done me wonders when I was a Yoki patrolling the streets. Don't need to match his temper.
Oh, did she say where she was going?
I don't know. She said something about meeting someone or something. But what am I, her keeper? Some people want to sleep in on a bloody Sunday, so keep it down.
Oh, it's Ashton's in the wrong here.
Just looking forward to this weekend. Thanks, you damn git.
Well, there's no need to be an ass about it. I'll get out of your...
Slams his door shut without warning. but not before muttering or string of very colorful words about me. Probably things I won't hear him inside the four walls of his apartment.
Jerk.
At the very end of it, a sigh. So Rebecca's not here. Let's have missed her by an hour or so. At least she's not alone. She should be safe. In theory. More so, if the person she's meeting with is who I'm thinking. Nevertheless, I still can't help but worry. It's an easy thing, continuing down increasingly dark lines of thought. You see, there's this wonderful invention. They're called cell phones. To act rashly, to find out where she is and go straight there without deliberating on my actions first. There's Zach to boot. Rebecca's not alone, but I can't say the same for the big guy. Simple phone call to the both of them should do the trick. I'll lose my nerves at any rate. Okay, this is where divergence will happen. Better than rushing over to Zach's place or assuming Rebecca's whereabouts. Finding out they're not where I guess them should be. Okay. At first I thought that was a typo and should be nowhere to be found. But no, that's not what that says. Assuming the worst will come next, would you rather avoid this early? Any other reason, I won't bother them. When an emergency begs for urgency. This is one, right? Even if it isn't, anxiety from concern dulls judgment. Something I most certainly can't avoid to lose at any given time, especially right now. I mean, actually, given what happened in Zach's, is that if you didn't call him right then, he might have done something stupid. Any means to calm it will do wonders for the muddled mess my mind is already in. Close friends. Others. Oh, hey, you can go ahead and delete Isabella's number. Epic. They couldn't make a sprite. Well, they didn't make a sprite for her, so. Pulling up my phone, I thumb through the screen until it ends up on a group with only Zach's, Rebecca's, and Isabella's numbers listed. Last one, I don't have the heart to remove. Yet. Other people will probably say I keep too few friends with the chance on this. To some extent, it's true. You can easily name about 100 people I've been acquainted with through the years. Colleagues, blockmates from uni, neighbors, those sort of people. They all come and go. But these three have chosen to stay for some reason, without wanting or asking for anything. Unlike the others, none of Zach's kindness, Rebecca's patience, nor the sincerity in Isabella's eyes. One day, these guys are just there. The next thing I know, being with them eases it. That heavy. Is it Sombra? Sombra feeling. Oh, it's a Sombra hint. It's for the Sombra ARG. Good times. Not good times. Really lingering in the air when you stand alone in your apartment. Something as simple as spending your day off without anyone. I'll say it's loneliness, but this carries much more depth than that. If I can help it, I don't want to lose the rest of them to some stupid curse. I've already lost one. I've already lost 3. Well, it would have been 3. Phone call might be the least comforting thing at the moment. Honestly, I prefer being in the same room with them right now, but I'll take what I can get. Becca first. She'll get angry at me for worrying about her. She isn't some helpless damsel in distress, after all. She isn't the shy little girl I knew when we were children. We're already far from the people we were back then, but that's more than enough reason to check in on her. I don't have to imagine her taking anything head on. She'll do it, instead of asking for help when she needs it. I don't care if she gets mad at me, if only to know that she's fine. I ring. In the silence of the hallway, it sounds alone. Might as well be sharp enough to pierce through my ears. Another second passes. 2, 3. But one on the 9th ring, it goes straight to her voicemail. A cold feeling instantly larges my... I don't think that's how you use the phrase, straight to her voicemail. That's like when the phone doesn't ring because, like, it's off.
Rebecca Gales here. You've reached my voicemail. Sorry if I can't get to you right now.
Who actually sent a custom voicemail message? Nobody.
Oh, and if this is Isabella, yes, you're free to reheat the food in my fridge.
Cute.
Otherwise, leave a message.
Where does this take place? Like the 80s? Really just basic, that's all. Though, I still barely manage to keep my voice even when I speak.
Hey, Becca, call me back when you're free. We need to talk. ASAP.
Becca will be alright. Is alright. Who even leaves voicemails anymore? I don't even know how to check my voicemails. Like, I think I got one, like, a couple years ago. Oh, hey, it's 2 p.m. Hold on. You know what 2 p.m. means, guys. It's reset for Grand Order. She's safe. She's with someone else. Then when that woman shows up, she'll have someone with her. Someone she'll be able to ask for help. Oh, yeah, about she doesn't have anyone with her. She's safe. She can handle herself. Becca might have a fiery temper. She knows how, when she's faced with something she can't handle herself. Rebecca will see my missed call and she'll call me back. Though I don't express it enough, Rebecca is someone I consider important to me. Oh, flashback. What's with those stupid glasses? She's been my friend for the longest. Anybody else who have been fed up with me and left. Nice vest. For a loser. A nice jacket. For a loser. I'm sorry. Girl stuck by me, no matter how big of a jerk I've been. Hold on. What, my AP's full? Sorry guys, I gotta stop the record. No. Hold on. Let me just get my stuff. Press that. Get a bunch of XP from the roulette. It's the Christmas event right now, 2016. We just go into this. Take Gene Alter. Okay. The girl stuck by me, no matter how big of a jerk I've been. There's Zach too, of course. I'll always be thankful for having them around. There's been Isabella as well. Presence in my life will always be immutable, even if she's no longer here. The worst times before, however, Becca was there. No one believes it when I say it, but I've surely had my awful moments as a bratty kid and as a horrible teen. What? And as a horrible adult. No. Come on. I don't mean that. I mean. I have too many of them to count and refuse to deal with for a time. At least, that's what Andrew likes to tell me. Tend to think nothing of it. It's mellowed down over the years, thanks to the professor mostly. But at times, I do wonder if it still burdens me the way it did all those years ago. After all, it was terrible, especially on the time of my parents' separation. Looking back at it now, I had no reason to direct all my frustration towards everyone else. Well, I wasn't a kid who lashed out at anyone, preferring to keep it to myself and turning those negative feelings into more productive things. Good distance from a lot of people because of it. From my old friends back in my old school and the neighbors I've hung out with before moving. Haven't I likely brought it with me into adulthood? I was just so angry with everyone and everything. All I kept thinking about was myself, wondering, why me? In retrospect, I was a selfish little kid without the world revolving on me. I shouldn't have been going through it. I believe my behavior was entitled, but I had the right. Tough times, but she stuck with me. Sat me out of my little sulk, as she often phrases it, whenever she sees the chance to bring it up. She didn't tolerate any of my stuff, but she didn't leave me alone either. If anything, shut up, fax machine. Nobody even knows what you are. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Everybody's laughing at that funny joke. Her concern may have grown a bit too overbearing as the years went by, but she's still an old friend nevertheless. I owe her a lot. I won't change.
Damn it. Where are you, Becca?
12 minutes in. Another message left on her voicemail. I'm on my third call and hang up. For the time being, I can't do anything more than wait for her to return my calls. Worrying aimlessly won't get me anywhere. Zach, on the other hand. That guy attracts trouble no matter how much he tries to avoid it. Doesn't help how he hasn't been too hot lately with a lot of people. And his bedroom to plan sister doesn't sit too well with me either. He might be the next responsible adult after Rebecca. Out of the four of us, but I've still got to check out the big guy. Make sure he's doing okay at the very least. Whatever you guys planned on doing. All I'm asking is for him not to be idiotic. Oh yeah, about that. He's a sensible guy, I'm sure. However, desperation clings and pushes people to do things. Rational or irrational, doesn't matter. Like climb into a window. Clear thinking flies out the window. Oh, the window! The moment you're in danger, and I sincerely hope he has not found himself in a tricky situation. His phone doesn't even ring before he answers. Or his voicemail, at least.
Hey, it's Zach. Well, a voicemail, anyway. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, just leave a message, yeah?
So do like, ghosts interfere with, like, the telephone waves?
And no, Ash, you're not allowed to lockpick your way into my apartment.
Buddy!
Just do what any other decent human being does and call if I'm not around. Thanks.
I mean, there's no voicemail, I mean. Did he turn it off? Why? I want to assume the worst. Yeah, maybe he's forgotten to charge it? Can't be. Guy can be a bit of a Boy Scout, even more than I am as a cop. He's the type who has an extra battery or a power bank in his bag if he needs it. And he always does. He won't say anything or brag about it, but he's got quite a roster of VIP freelance clients. He won't just leave his phone dead in case he's on the field, particularly when people will likely be looking for him. He always leaves his connection open whenever clients or his friends need him. Zach is reliable like that.
Why isn't anyone answering?
Oh. I'll be back 2 minutes. Hey, that's the worst amount of time because like if it's a minute, I can at least like justify just leaving the recording on. But if it's 2 minutes, no. Like I'd have to edit it out, so might as well just cut the recording and So, anyways, guys, I'll be back. Couple minutes. Be right back. Hey guys, we're back with some. Well, wait, no, we're back. I actually lied. It's been like 10 minutes. So his mobile is an out of range sounds more plausible. In an out of range area sounds more plausible. Okay, that makes sense. Although the thought of it doesn't completely shake off the unease. Unlike Rebecca and I, he took the time to listen to what Isabella said. Even if he didn't believe it, he was definitely the one that offered help or tried to do something. If he gets up trouble doing whatever it is, so help me, I'm going to... Well, it can't be rash, I'm aware of that. But you're ending the same reminder in my head since last night. But if something happens, I'm certain my reaction won't be pretty. That and guilt from those times I've repeatedly dismissed him will surely haunt
Yo,
me.
Zach, call me back, alright? I wanted to check in and, yeah, just please call me back.
Yeah, the reason I reloaded was to protect Ashton's smile. Like, although the Ashton despair ending does sound good in its own right, like, I was going for that at first, I think. At the same time, I also want an ending that isn't completely awful. I mean, realistically, we're probably going to get Ashton killed. It's usually a joke between us when I say he's the Watson to my Sherlock. I don't see him as an assistant to put aside until he's needed, like some people like to believe that, though. He's not some pity friend I keep around to make myself look good.
If anything, he's the one who stayed by me out of pity.
Zach's the one who puts up with me the most of the time, even when he doesn't need to. In that case of cool cop who helped out a minority. In truth, as a hard-headed, hot-tempered, and reckless rookie, up until I met him. I wasn't anything sudden, some part of me is still that rookie. But I've grown, thanks to him. Tempers that part of me. Considering how our first impressions went, I'm lucky he stuck around. Becca and I may have spent a lot of years together as children. But Zach? He's probably the closest thing I'll call to a best friend. There's more than that. A camaraderie no words can express. He has my back and I'll always have his. He's a brother I've never had the luck of ever having. Only child and all.
And I have every reason to worry about my brother.
Becca's neighbor did say that she wanted out to meet with someone. No specific names. If I'm wrong, if she's not with Professor Clark, then maybe it's with Zach. Did she meet with Professor Spook? I think she did. They've never been close, but it's not the kind of awkward friendship where meeting together remains out of the question. Right. She wanted to get the access, like, she wanted to get, his signature so she could go to the library. She went into, the Harry Potter, restricted section. Regardless, I continued dialing for his phone another 3 times, like I've done with Becca's. In the end, after the 3rd attempt with no one answering, I stopped and moved to cut the call with a ragged exhale.
Waiting game it is, then.
Been trained for those. Heck, I'm used to them, but just not when it comes to people I'm close to. Much as I keep reminding myself to maintain a level head, it's a whole different matter when it's someone you know. Does that... Okay, it always goes to that. Okay. I wonder if that's Zach Dye's ending, or... Isabella's death has proven that. Personal feelings will... I mean, there shouldn't be any divergence at this point. It should be just around here? Or maybe it's probably this one. Personal feelings will likely get involved at some point, starting now, actually. With the anxious strings coiling and uncoiling, causing a racket inside my stomach. That's exactly when the line finally connects. Before he even speaks, my question has already slipped out, including every pent-up worry and tension in my body.
Where are you?
Line's choppy, but I can still make out the words he's saying. Nothing to worry about. Wait, hold on. In Zachary's, they heard the ghost on Ash and... Uh-oh. It's just someplace where network coverage is bad. Can't imagine where at the time of morning, though. Actually, in universe, people were very bad at telling if a ghost is coming through a phone or not, so I mean, actually, the ghost could be by Zach. Did he go out for a job?
What was that, Ash? Could you repeat that? Signal shitty here.
I asked, where are you? Hell, Zach, I've been calling your number for a good 20 minutes now. What kind of shithole did you get into?
I meant that to sound as friendly as possible, to keep things light at least. Settle than the frustration shows, but that could summarize just about everything Ashton has ever said. Because when reading when looking at Ashton from the perspective of other characters, Ashton's like, who's this big meanie head? Well, it's Ashton, his monologues defend him at least a little. And that's something I actually don't like. I get that, whatever you say doesn't exactly come out as, what it actually means. And, it's like that in your life, Whenever you say something, for you, it probably sounds better than how it sounds to other people. But at the same time, they pulled that way too extremely in Ashton's case.
Good morning to you, too. I should be asking you that question. I've been looking all over the mansion for you. I thought you'd be...
What mansion?
Do I really need to answer that?
Why are you even...
Please don't tell me that's his plan. Morning visit to the mansion? Where Luke Wright is? Of all the pig-headed things to do right now, it's the best thing he can come up with? Breaking and entering? We've got plenty of reasons to rail at him right now. Although no matter how much I want to give him a piece of my mind, unfortunately, it's not the time.
No, wait. Just get your ass to Isabella's place and hurry.
He pauses a moment, second of indecision while he seems to contemplate his options.
How urgent is this?
In truth, the question, the hesitance and the indecision in his voice, has got me completely off guard. Understanding dawns on me. His decision to go there is one born out of stupid impulse. Must have found something. However, no matter how urgent it is, he still shouldn't have gone there, alone at that. Why did he go there again? He thought Ashton was there, right? Or, despite myself, that split second of comprehension I allowed to show a weakness. A simple request brimming with every unease and disquiet causing turmoil within me since last night. Bears a selfish hope that I will understand, even though the unstable signal, and whatever is keeping him there, I'll be willing to set it aside for now.
Pressing enough for you to stop asking questions and get yourself here. Please, Zach.
Silence fills the other side of the line again. For a long moment, I assume he won't heed it and I'll have to drive there myself, just to drag him away from whatever danger he's skirting. Thankfully, he agrees.
I'll be there in a few. An hour or two tops.
Thanks. I'll see you.
Relief washes over me as soon as the call ends. Normally, I don't let myself a moment of respite in times like this. Gotta stay alert. After that close... Oh! This is after she gets in the... Uh-oh. After that close call, Ashton spent the night at the park, only to be kept awake by nightmares. Under last one, with all of his beliefs overturned, Ashton decided to check on Zachary and Rebecca. Fortunately, the latter wasn't in her apartment. Only the former returned his calls. Professor Clark and Chief and Abigail. I mean, Abigail's important enough to have a name. So, I mean... And a recurring one. I'm just saying, she could be the ghost. So, Rebecca's dead in a few... Rebecca's still out there. I get to return any of my messages. But for the moment, I relish in it. This is really the first time I've permitted myself to do so since last night. Even the muscles in my shoulders have been complaining from all the tension I've taken on. It still annoys me that all I can do right now is grit my teeth and trudge back to Isabella's apartment. Useless. How long was the last recording? 15 minutes, okay. So I should make this one about 15 to 20. That's what I am in the face of this. A man dashing around Luxbourne and Ainslam isn't going to help things. It's not like I'll simply stumble across them on the side of the road during a drive. The city's a too big place for one person to go searching for only two people.
That'd be like finding a needle in a haystack.
With one last frustrated glance towards the open skies, I prepare myself for the long wait. Might have already grown used to this, but the waiting will always be the hardest part. More so, once the people... Well, I mean... I think the hardest part will be when Rebecca dies in a couple minutes. But, you know... Sure enough, boredom strikes minutes later, followed closely by anxiety. Need to be doing something, but what? I've already gone through the papers from BRC last night. Twice, in fact. Still at a dead end. Rebecca were here. Heck, if Isabella were still here. Unconsciously, my attention drifts towards the closed door of her apartment, and it hits me. The second my eyes land on it. Split second of idea. I didn't bother looking into this when we were here the other day, considering the reason, or even during the investigation. But Cooper died. Isabella would have most likely received all the files for the Ermengarde mansion. In fact, she might not need to. They're partners, right? It's no longer a trainee-mentor thing. They both likely have the same copies of the documents. She might still be keeping some in her room. Something she hadn't been able to give us because of the tragedy. However, immediately after that thought forms, guilt also rears its head. The fact that I'm thinking about breaking into her apartment leaves an uneasy twinge in my stomach. It's wrong. All of it's wrong. Inappropriate on so many levels of property. No. Instead of quality of conforming to conventionally accepted standards or behavior or morals. But yeah, I know, but what? How to pronounce
Propriety.
it? Propriety. That's stupid, I swear. Like, I knew what it meant. Just I didn't know how to pronounce it, okay? I'm telling the truth, okay? She's here, I won't even consider this. Really now. What if she's here? Will she allow it? My gaze swivels back to the door. This is the thing's inviting me. One thing's for sure, however. Knowing her, she'll do any possible means if it'll save her friends from this curse. She can be stubborn like that sometimes, and it's enough to harden my resolve. So muttering a silent apology to her and swallowing my guilt, I reach up for my bobby pins, begin my work on the lock. In under a minute, the knob clicks. I quietly slip into her apartment. Whatever I am to find at the end of this. Whatever I am to find it. That's just weird. Hope it'll point me in the right direction. Looks like no quick time events are coming out. No ghosts. I'm okay with that. Despite all the packing we did the other day, her room still, they couldn't be bothered to like make a new background. Her room's still a mess of things she had accumulated over the years. Or changed the time on the clock. Papers, instant noodle cups, a few photographs and posters we never got to include in the boxes for shipment. Oh, so since... Yeah, since, we haven't been out to Halloween yet then, since Zachary isn't dead. That's just something. No matter where you look at this place simply has Isabella written in it. Just 5 years and she left this big of a mark in their lives. I'd be lying if I said her presence didn't change a lot of things. And Zach, and Rebecca, and me. However, there's no time to reminisce about all this. As nice and nostalgic those memories are, there's work to do. Things to find. If there's even any in here. I won't know that by simply standing here, acting nostalgic. Wasting no time, I headed straight for the study table, where a chaos of papers and folders clutter the top. There are instant noodle cups still, plus a few empty pens and crumpled paper littering the table. All points of interest in the room, my focus veers on the laptop first. No malice intended, I'm simply looking for work files. Besides, not she has anything to hide, and if it still means anything, that's exactly why delete her computer history! No, don't, Ashton! Isabella's always worn her heart on her sleeve. Genuine, uninhibited, open, free. Well, it's often gotten her into all sorts of trouble, or candidness, that wholehearted look she has always displayed and carried with her are things I'll never have a reason to doubt. Others will say it's her warmth that draws people to her, or cheer. Then he sees her computer history, he's like, oh, she's not a good person at all. Neither are wrong, but neither is the whole truth to her either. Because those who have never bothered to look beyond the surface will never see it. See her. See someone earnest. Someone who has always meant well. Albeit her underlying stubbornness. See how she loves. An affection that is altogether both warm, steadfast, and unflinching. In many ways. For a lot of reasons. She's the kind of person I want to be around with. Make me feel I am still worth something. You never meet many people like that. Not in my line of work. Always with something to hide. Always with something to lie about. Eventually, when you meet too many of them, you change too. Become like them. Perhaps the biggest thing I regret about this, never had the chance to change that before she... Laptop boots up and loads the operating system. Although as soon as it does, I'm greeted by her password screen. For a few minutes I try my hand at a couple of obvious ones she might use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Password 1. QWERTY. You know, that's first 5 letters on, you know. And, well, depends on how you define first, but... Cinnamon rolls. None of it works.
At least she knows how to use the most common ones.
Cinnamon rolls? Yeah, that's most common. Shut up, Abracus. Stop playing Final Fantasy. That's a new lyric. How do I... Can I turn off that... Where I see when people start playing a game? Settings. Friends? When any friend joins the game, display notification. Okay, turn that off. But hold on, I hit accept, but... For group events, nope. When I receive a message... And get it, see. Wait, play sound, but no notification. Flash window when I receive a message. What does that mean? I don't know. This is a new layer problem. Though knowing her, she must have written it somewhere. Not in the messy papers here, but someplace she can quickly check. Oh, like the sticky on the laptop? Probably something she'll bring with her. Not necessarily a diary, but close to one. Noticed one on her person several times before. Never saw its contents. but I've seen her write regularly on them, while waiting for a meal in a restaurant or during lulls in a conversation. Just hope she's left where she's written her password somewhere here. It's the drawers I start with, from the bottom one. Takes a while going through the pile in each of the 3 layers. The bottom 2 yielding nothing, but the older record she's been keeping. Third one, though, yields one close to what I'm looking for. All the pages have already been filled.
Probably why she dumped it here.
Carefully flipping through each reveals notes from a meeting with a client. Sometimes there's doodles at the edge of the pages, others taking up an entire spread. All old ones, and nothing of use to me right now, but on the last page, on a sheet folded in half, opening it reveals a doodle of the 3 of us, Zach, Rebecca, and me. Right, she's like an art student. Travel, doctors, Japan, Bermuda Triangle, Korea. Clients, do list, eat, noodle, sleep. not eat, noodle, sleep. It's like a car. I think that's a car. Why does it have an antenna? Yang Yang. Oh! 707 Devlin 2011. I'll call it there. See you guys next time. Bye.